this is going to be a pro-am. You're going to be playing against some of the Challengers teams, and you don't want to get outshined by the kids down in Challenger.
Allie, what did you learn during the minor last weekend?
That we have a new team that we need to pay attention to heading into the major, and that's LA Thieves, dude.
Thieves are worth watching, and so are these clips. It's the burgers and fries from minor number 1. If you missed our minor, we had a lot of great moments, some rough ones. Let's start, though, on the high end. It's got to be a fry. This is Miami, a 17-minute overload overtime? No, not this one.
This was the one.
This just medals embarrassing people.
Boston actually rallied back to tie this up and choked it. So depending on how you look at it, this is a burger or a fry.
Okay.
That's a burger. Yes. Miami, that was a fry.
Yes.
Minnesota's overload. Is this one a fry? The comeback win after the tweet from Cloud9 down 5-1. Allie, it only took them 2 minutes to put up 3 on the board. Make it 4.
My God. And it was just like you just couldn't stop what was happening. It's like you felt the impending doom with each and every EMP that G2 kept sinking. And don't even get me started on the montage that hit the timeline from the Call of Duty League from me picking Cloud9.
Yeah, that was unacceptable on the side of C9. Like I said, depending on how you look at it, burger or fry.
Here's the burger portion of it, at least. You know, sometimes you just celebrate a little bit early if you're on the social media side. 5-1, you feel safe about it with 2 minutes to go.
It's actually insane thinking back on it. 5-1?
Yeah, just one clean reset.
Is that worse than getting full sailed?
Yes. No. I don't know. It's close.
Here in this next play, we got Super with a really bad nade. But he catches it and then fries with it. Watch the instant reactions from my man, Ant.
Yeah, I mean, it's just off the heezy, bro. You know what off the heezy is?
No.
Oh, man.
I can guess from context clues, but...
Oh, this has got to be a fry. Yeah, Super sniper. I mean, he was hitting some trick shots once again. Every time you watch an S&D, especially on Fringe, I'm expecting him to go off.
Ends that same round of the grenade with his sniper here in our next clip. Joe deceives, checking corners like I do.
I mean, bro, this is Shotzi. Like you're not checking every corner. This guy's a criminal.
But you see his gun. Like, how do you do not...
The first one is a little rough. This one from Hook is just dirty.
Yeah.
OpTic hiding in dirty corners. Joe trying to play fast and furious, and OpTic punish it. Koi gets destroyed. We take a look at this next one. It's a fry from the Thieves, right?
Ooh,
no. What are those? What are those?
Double trophed up is insane.
These are trophies, and I should name them. I should name the trophy, and that's how I'll get rid of it, Ant.
This happens to Paco so much. That happened to him on Den as well last stage.
Don't tell me Neon did the same thing, bro.
No, they scored anyway.
Despite the little trophy issue, they finished the game strong. We celebrated with the Thieves as they win minor 1. They bank 30 points towards COD champs, and of course, $20,000 more dollars. Big weekend for the minor. What was the biggest upset, though, in your eyes? Was it the Miami win over FaZe 3-0?
Yeah, I would say so. And just the way it happened, too, right? Like, them winning 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0 was crazy. I had picked Miami in that series, but in a 3-0 fashion, the way they did it, I didn't see that coming.
All right, we're going back to the qualifiers, though, and you can see behind Ant and Allie, there are 6 teams still looking for points. They're going to be joined by 4 of the best squads from Challengers going into Major 3. And to tell us all about it, we've got our local resident expert, Shift and Study, to talk Challengers. What's up, boys?
Oh, if you guys haven't been watching on Wednesdays and Thursdays, what in the hell are you doing? It has been so good. This has by far been the best challenger stage across both Europe and North America. Biggest thing, Jay, we already have 2 teams that are qualified. The 2 teams that were in grand finals at Birmingham, both Project Notorious and Rock Esports, are already there. But the winners from each region will fill those final 2 spots. And EMEA has been a bit of a movie because Rock Esports is feeling a little faulty right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you take a look at this bracket, like Rock Esports were phenomenal, at least the first 2 stages of the game. But ever since the meta change, if you watched that EMEA playoffs last night, their matchup yesterday versus Omit Noir was insanely one-sided in all of the respawns. And that caught me off guard because this Omit Noir squad has players that we've seen before. Aspect, Denza, DK, Ethan. But Aspects isn't going by Aspects. And that threw me off guard yesterday because I'm just watching a guy named Killy kill everything on the damn map. I thought he was the best player I've ever seen from that side. So they were able to take care of business alongside P7 on the opposite. So EMEA is a battle, and that's what you said about the challenges so far in this stage because they have so much to play for with the Pro-Am.
Oh, yeah, absolutely the case. And don't sleep on that Project 17, F. Harry, Mythics, and Real. Big names there. But over in North America, you might notice as you're kind of scanning through this, Telluride Bush Gaming did not make it to playoffs, which that in its own self folks. May lead you to understand how tight North America has been this year. I mean, Brooklyn also found themselves fighting in the lower bracket, but up in the top side,
really fucking hungover.
They were the last team to qualify.
I'm hurt.
The elite qualifier. They went 5-0 in groups, and now they find themselves.
And I'm hurt bad.
But they do have to play this Project Notorious team that is looking, well, flat out disgusting. Snoopy's doing whatever the hell he wants, Jay.
Oh yeah, Huntsman realistically have 2 opportunities to qualify because P7 have already qualified. If you lose that match in the winners finals and you win the match in elimination finals, then you guarantee your spot there at the Pro-Am. So Huntsman put themselves in a great position to make it to that next event.
Indeed the case, and again, that next event is Atlanta, Major 3. You want to be there. I think the 3-day passes are pretty much gone, so single-day tickets are left, only a limited amount on Friday. So make sure if you want to chop on through, you cut in, get that QR code scanned, and you are good to join us in Atlanta. I'm pumped, man. The dream hack is a dream hack, that much we know, but when there's esports involved, it gets a lot hotter, a lot funner, a lot more fun, a lot funner, a lot funny.
The funniest, the funnerest.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we nailed it there.
Jay Allen.
3-day tickets are gone. Go ahead, Ant.
I just got one question. So in the final,
Talk to me.
so if Rock or P7, whoever was there, make it to the final, whoever gets second is guaranteed, right? That's how it works.
Yes.
And
So
then if
Rock right now are in the losers bracket, and P7 are already guaranteed through the winners. So Huntsman realistically have 2 chances. The other teams through EMEA will still only have 1 unless Rock make it back up.
Got it. Okay,
Awesome
there we go.
stuff
Thank
from
you.
Shift and Study. Again, that's going down Wednesdays and Thursdays if you want to tune into the Challengers action. In the meantime, let's turn your attention to the action here in the CDL, because in our qualifiers today, we got 3 matches. It's a battle of the green teams. OpTic takes on the Breach. Cloud9 faces off against LA Thieves, our minor 1 champs. And, of course, Royal Ravens looking for their first 10 points going up against FaZe. Don't go anywhere when we come back. The Breach, desperate to get to champs. They made a change. Is it going to pay off today?
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Start the season strong with the 2026 Call of Duty League Pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator by scanning the QR code on screen or check it out in the Call of Duty store in-game now. Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
Let's find out who's built for the big save. Heretics ready to dive in. Thanks, Tim. 4 and Snoopy. Come on, what's the ball? But Hydra with the switch impossible. He's making top room. So damn happy. It's Saints. Down a bruiser. Dominance on the grandest stage.
Back for the first fight of the night. It is OpTic Texas taking on Boston Breach, and this happened well back on February 13th. And Allie, when it did, it was a 3-0 to OpTic, with that game 3 being the closest at 3-2 in Overload.
Yes, and it has unfortunately not gotten better for Boston Breach, whether you added the new meta or not, or the new maps or not. They are on a 7-match or new player. It's a 7-match losing streak for the Boston Breach. Only one that they've won in the past essentially 2 months is the Search and Destroy versus Koi, which still was like a fringe 6-4.
And they narrowly choked in
Chad,
Overload on exposure.
I'm struggling.
Afro's been dropping bombs when it comes to
I'm
KD
struggling.
in Overload.
Okay.
Can OpTic drop a map today?
No. I mean, you're talking about a Boston team that has lost 10 straight hard points. I think 5 straight
I'm honestly
overloads. They
struggling.
have a team KD of a 0.84 in hard point over that span. And won 1 map with Afro. So they would need a legitimate miracle. I'd be lying to you if I tried to sell that story. Now, where the story is with this OpTic team, though, is like, are they as dominant as they've been for the first 2 stages. And with this new meta and this new map set, there's some things that they have to figure out. They haven't played Saki Hardpoint, Plaza they haven't played, and we talk about the new maps in Search and Destroy 1-on-1 on Gridlock. The last look we saw was not good against the Thieves, and then they're Fringe 0-2. So they desperately need to add some of the new maps to their pool and become adept at it in order to take down this championship, because we just saw Miami, LA Thieves, these teams are getting better at a rapid pace.
Allie, are you worried about OpTic after seeing them struggle in the minor?
I wouldn't say worried. This is an OpTic team that I feel like has already built up a lot of trust with not only us, but just with the league in general. Of like, the second we do see them struggling, they're pretty quick to turn it around at this point. They've solidified themselves as a top team in that category. So I'm not necessarily worried as far as Major 3 itself comes, but how long it's going to take them to catch up to the rest of the league, that's probably where the concern.
Just the gap. That's where if you're a Texas fan, you get worried about the gap they had on most of the league. It's definitely shrunk in the last couple of weeks.
Not over this team, though. If you're looking at the leaderboard, Boston is
I'm hurting fucking
3.
bad.
As of now, they would not make it to champs with their current seed. Nasty has been a superstar for Vancouver, went to multiple grand finals last year, did not win a trophy, but all of his teammates have. So it's only a matter of time before he finds himself on a successful roster. I don't know if it's going to be in a Breach jersey. Do you sell this guy? Do you keep trying to surround him? What do you do if you're the Breach? You're past the halfway point on the season, Allie.
I'm clutching with white knuckles. I don't want to let go of Nasty. It's probably the most consistent player you have on this roster right now. Maybe the close second of Spark. It's just with Boston, they have great pieces, I think, but for some reason they are not all firing at the same time. There shouldn't be search and destroys where Nasty's giving you 15 and you're unable to close it out. Right. There is a problem within this system, and they need to figure it out now because they've decided to stick with this roster. It is too late.
Well, that's
for changes at that point.
It's not too late. That's the problem right there, is that mentality that some teams will have. They have to make another change without question. Right? I mean, there's so many teams and challengers. Look down, grab somebody, take a chance. We knew this split was going to be difficult. They had like the 5 hardest matches of anybody. You've seen what you have. It's not enough. So for them, I mean, barring a miracle today, I think they're staring down the barrel of another potential roster.
I'm looking for someone that has won a championship in challengers as well. You need confidence going to land with Major 3 just around the corner. You are guaranteed attendance. You can't have any mistakes. As we take a look into the maps and modes for this series, OpTic are the clear favorites, but where does Boston have a chance? Are there any numbers that point in their direction?
Yeah, I just told you the Saki and the Plaza, those are maps one OpTic probably need, given what we've seen on the other new maps. And then also for Boston, that's opportunity because OpTic just don't have a lot of official reps there.
Yeah, I would have to echo that. I'd say I don't hate the Den for Boston. I feel like systematically they should be maps they're good at. The problem is they're playing OpTic Texas. So really, I mean, you look at the maps overall, maybe you go to the Gridlock, Search and Destroy, and you're like, if we get there, maybe OpTic has some struggle. But with them putting Plaza in this series, I have a feeling they're just trying to expand that map.
Reminder that Den Overload was in their last meeting back on Feb 13th. That went 3-2 in OpTic's favor, so there's more of a chance for Boston this time around. With all that said, it's time for your Scuff Pick'ems. And I think all 4 of us, the fans included, will go OpTic Texas. So give me your map count, Wheeler.
Yeah, I got 3-0. OpTic taking this one, convincing fashion.
Rosalie?
I'll give them 3-1.
Really? What map?
I think maybe Search and Destroy. I think Plaza's chaos enough.
Well, to tell us more about the Challenger stars that could be wearing a Breach jersey or the Breach players that showed they deserve their jersey, we got Shift and Study on the mic. How you doing, fellas?
We're doing great. I will give you one name. It's Snoopy. Bring him back. He's been looking unbelievable. He's been looking unbelievable, the NPC. And we talked about this a lot yesterday, and I hate to beat a dead horse if you watched us last night, but we were sitting there saying okay, Boston just may have found themselves in the worst set of circumstances ever. You're having a lot of trouble in the SMG department. A huge meta shift happens in the SMG department, and wouldn't you know it, Snoopy looks like one of the best subs in challengers.
That's very tough, Al, because if Boston happened to make it to the event, then they would have potentially had the chance to wait out for the update with the NPC. Yeah, because Snoopy is a totally different player with that weapon in his hand compared to the Dravik. So you might have jumped the gun too early on that roster change, but we still have an opportunity to see if Boston have been able to work on a lot of things through the back end. Obviously, you heard the Deaths touch on it. 10 hardpoint losses in a row. And when you take a look at the maps that they were going to play in this series, like Den HP on the season as an org, they are 0-8. They're winning rotations only 20% of the time. If you're not early to some of these teams, especially versus a team like OpTic, you're not even finding success in breaking as well. This is just, it's difficult because Boston have so many things that they need to work on. Hopefully they at least show me one.
Joe, Jay, let me ask you a question here. Okay, so OpTic picked Team B, so they select the Plaza Search and the Sake hardpoint. And like, let's be honest, the Boston coaches know. They're like, this is OpTic saying, we don't respect you, we're playing maps we suck at. Does that check you out mentally? I feel like that would check me out mentally.
Well, it's like, it can check you out if you are a weak-minded player, but it's like both teams are trying to work on the same exact thing. Like seeing the Plaza Search and Destroy at that game number 2, OpTic are fantastic at 2 maps, Raid and Dead. Scar, S&Ds around that mid-pack area, but the new maps so far haven't treated them well. They're just trying to add a 4th map to their map pool. And then the opposite side for Boston, even though they're sitting at 0-0 on Plaza, they lost their best Search and Destroy maps in Colossus and Exposure. Combined between the rest of the maps, they're sitting at 5 and 14, so you got to try to throw something against the wall and just see if it sticks.
Crazy scenes, but that's essentially how the picks and bans had happened. OpTic throw in 2 maps that they haven't played yet. Boston in a very tough situation early. Shotzzy on the rotation to 2, able to find 1. Boston hold down couches nicely. Dashy last one up, and he will create an opportunity for a 1v1 for time. OpTic will spawn into the back, so no need to rush this gunfight as you're waiting for the help to arrive. And as it does, Afro gives you 1, but the shots over the top looking good for OpTic. Pistol out for Dashy, and the SMGs will clean things up.
Man, that's all 4 dead, and look at how fast Shotzzy is to taking that space away. But he's thinking the hard block should be in on the backside. But you leave that open, and now you're giving Boston Breach an opportunity for a quick break back in. Still 35 seconds here at the P2. Nades and stuns are reigning supreme on the backside of the stats, but it doesn't lead to the opening kill.
Wow.
And that's going to be OpTic locking down the rest of this time.
It's a really interesting way to play P2. We saw Miami do this about a month or so ago, and we were like, whoa, this is different. But in the early set, when you don't have trophy systems, staying outside the site a little bit allows you that little bit of extra freedom from being affected by stuns and nades, and you can toss your own down to really tight choke points, and OpTic put that perfectly on display. Purge, Spart, kick us off over towards New on P3, Shotzzy on 5 in a row. Is just waiting to see if someone's going to try to bump out the hard point. He's got Afro right above him, Purge right next to him. But it's all about which fight do you want. And there's kill number 6. Can you get number 7? No, not quite. OpTic will try to set up the first break as Boston are holding nicely, but a pinch is underway. So we'll see how OpTic calm this situation with an OpTic Texas listening.
Behind you guys. Which middle? That's him. There's something. Watch out. After that. There's yellow? Do you like further in the con? Further in the con. Okay. We'll be fighting middle, guys. On another one. Our side hill. Nice, get up. I got time. Dojo. One more wave. I'm gonna go for you. I'll get a spot. I'm not even sure. You guys play that time. I'll get a response. Yeah. Can you watch my cross? Because I'm in the corner. I need it, dude. Run to their side. I'm in the corner. I need it. He's super weak. I'm one off streaks. I'm one off streaks. I kind of want to wait for him. I'm go back to you. Yeah, you should go mid. I'm holding top. I'll go mid. I have your help. Do it small. Small in the back door now. What's small? Small just chilling out. He's going back. He's flanking your back door. From Dragon. Back door. Back door dead. Another one on me. Afro. He went close right corner. I haven't cut. He was close right. I got one. I have one spawn out front. Nasty's going outer P2 roof. Time right now. Afro. He's full. He's close left. Yeah, one bottom red. Absolute on time, Afro. Close left. Play the hill together. Nice. That's two. Let's run him.
Alright, Dashy. Alright.
I'm with you guys. He could be close right. Challenge close right. And I'm behind you. Nothing. It's close. Watch out, Afro. In the window. I have your outer. Pinch. I'm watch out. Outer dead. One's in the red, I'm pretty sure. Red dead.
Yeah, high energy right here from OpTic Texas. You're hearing it out of Hook, hearing it out of Shotzzy, and Dashy shooting as straight as ever. Good stuff for OpTic.
Yeah, it's like, they're playing with a little bit of extra fire. That loss that they took versus LA Thieves, the map number 1 was Dead Hardpoint, where they were on 5 in a row. They allowed some misplays to happen at this hill specifically, the P4. That was the reason why they ended up losing that one. But I love to hear the high intensity, and I also love the energy out of Shotzzy. He's a guy who's going to be the leading guy when it comes to playmaking ability, but the fact that he's also leading in that small talk is only allowing OpTic to be more free around the map.
Oh, and how about this? He's already got a Hellstorm waiting for the action to unfold in front of him at couches. Nice pickup from Spart, though. Okay, good read. Kill comes through. Hercules will also drop on the heady, and Boston Breach will have an opportunity to get some time here on 1, which they desperately need. They need a bat.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to be able to read those close spawns coming in for OpTic still towards the backside of Broken. So you are surrounded by a different shade of green players, and it's Mercules, Shotzzy lighting up the kill feed. 3 go down. And then the final 20 seconds, Boston Breach, they most likely have the space on the right side, so we're forcing ourselves to hit the OE, and OpTic just have it on lock.
I mean, that's a hit from Afro where there's no one else supporting. The timing is just off. with this Boston team. You kind of saw the tweets from Nasty after last week and the Miners saying this, I don't know what's happening with this squad, but we're just not locked like we are sometimes at scrims. And you can kind of tell it's a red carpet right now for Boston breaching the scoreboard. OpTic went into the rotation over to 2. Nasty trying to finesse around the back. Not going to get the better of Dashy. And now it's just down to what can Purge do from inside the hard point. Good help from Afro on the way. And so there will be a break opportunity here for Boston from the front.
Yeah, Boston desperately need to hold this because now that they have trophy systems, they can withstand all the stuns and nades through the back doors. But it's all about these gunfights. You need to be able to trade out effectively.
I mean, they play 100-point club them.
Purge, who goes on 6 in a row. Hellstorm is now going to be in the back pocket. You're going to desperately need this 25 seconds to somewhat make this a game. But that's a good moment there for Boston Breach to start to build upon.
Yep, you need that. Not just to get a Hellstorm of your own, but to counter out what Shots has been able to do to this point. 21 and 12 for Shotsy. Afro not quite able to finish the last shots needed onto Hook. Spart will stay idle inside the hard point to get all of this time, and Boston will be just short of the 100-point mark. Now it's over to 3. OpTic will be here first. All 4 players ready to go and receiving this hit nicely as you've got Hook on the heady. Dashy watching the cross and a long route being established for Shotsy to watch the back. But from the front, Nasty opens up with 2. Purge on the corner. Yeah, that will work out with the nade to support. Shotsy last left outside. Dojo has to play his life.
Yeah, that's a fantastic break opportunity there for Boston Breach. They fully capitalize on the moment. Great frags to find those opening kills, and now you also flip the spawns on its head.
I mean, one with the Hellstorm, not bad, not bad.
Keep away a little bit, allow his teammates to bet themselves in a position to try to contest this, but I think Purge is actually countering with his.
Never mind.
He's just going to invest his as well, so 2 from OpTic here at the P3.
Yeah, double Hellstorm, that will work out unless Purge has something to say about it. He's on 3 in a row, but cannot finesse to try to get one more. Over towards Dojo. Nasty peeled off of that side corner. Dashy again, just
Nasty struggling. Afro struggling. Spart is struggling.
Comes through, but Mercules is able to get the collection onto Spart. Pistol out with Afro in front of him.
Oh, Merc, he's fucking struggling.
On rotation to 4. OpTic will have to hit the rooftop side at a big.
What are we doing, Merc?
Purge has found a massive kill so far in the last couple of HPs. He's trying to provide his team a lifeline, but Dashy and Mercules. Dashy simply not missing shots with the M15. They're able to flip them out towards the backside of Plat. This has always been the money hill for OpTic Texas. A 92% chance at locking this one down. And when you gift them the first kill, followed up by a second, they already have the guns up, ready and waiting.
Yeah, we're just not hitting it a simultaneous
going one
timing
by one
right now for Boston. It is a lot of 1-by-1s. You can kind of see it again. 1 player through the front doors, 1 still kind of finessing outer. And it's just so much extra space for OpTic to work with on their setup. Stuns and nades coming through. Shotsy in a little bit of trouble here at the window, but has Purge held. And again, it's just where's the timing? The hit through mid's not here yet. So you can definitely see it, I think, just by watching the minimap, that Boston, as much as they're getting good production out of Purge, and there have been some good individual moments from Afro and Nasty, they're just not setting themselves up as a group of 4, and OpTic is going to cruise through this map.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, especially when the stat lines of the scoreboard is like this.
Yeah.
Where, you know, we can't give up any little scrap time. We have to contest it, even if we're not in a position to do so immediately.
All right, Dashy.
You're just down by too much, having to play catch up, and that's OpTic.
All right, Dashy.
On map 1.
Yeah, I don't think they lost the rotation, Jay.
Nah.
Maybe the first P2, kind of, but like, no.
They instantly broke through the front, though, and then they spawned them all the way across the map. So it's just like, even if OpTic are late, they still are efficient as hell when it comes to the teamwork on how they're executing these breaks to lead to good time.
Yeah. Not a great map for Spart right there, but again, it's just you're never in a position to get set up. Largely thanks to the quick tempo that OpTic want to throw at you. So Boston 0-9 now on Den Hardpoint. Their average differential on the map has not been great either. Before this one, it was 167 to 250. After this one, well, I can do the math real quick for you. It's 162 to 250. Not great. Not great, Jay. Not great.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy when you're going up against a squad who is fundamentally sound. And the little things about the game, they had moments where they were able to hold down the ending of that P2, find a very quick break at the P3, but all the money hills where OpTic are expecting, you know, pressure through the front side, you're making it very easy for them, where they're shutting you down in your first wave, then we're just lackluster on our team pushes, consistently going through the front. No one on your first attempt is hitting that long route, so OpTic have to think a little bit more than just straight forward. And the game is just very simple for OpTic when Boston are just gonna get it to them like that on the silver platter.
Yeah, and I love this little look early on P2. You lose the spawns, so to speak, on the backside of the second hill, but because there's no trophies, you just wait for a little bit of contact, then you flood the garage, you flood the couches room with nades, and you can't break if you're Boston. So, really good awareness, really good heads up.
Folks, I'm sorry.
I mean, honestly, this is what you say.
I am fucking struggling today.
Jay, like, it's just one of those things, like, what do you do about this Boston team? Because, like, candidly speaking, none of these players are bad players, but it just doesn't feel like this team is working as a group of four. Like, I don't want to point the finger at anyone in particular, but it just feels like this is not it cohesiveness-wise.
Yeah, like you could potentially add any of these players to a different lineup and they will be a totally different player. Everybody's been saying it all season long about Nasty. Obviously had a very successful year last year with Vancouver Surge, but just hasn't been able to put it together. And it might not be, like you said, all the players individually, but just how they play around each other. That's just very difficult to see because they're getting ran over in the majority of their games, man. That's 11 hardpoint losses in a row. Their hardpoint map pool is atrocious. Their S&D map pool is atrocious. Overload, they only have one map that they can possibly play. So just not getting better for Boston.
Yeah, and there's just also
Boston struggling big time this year. It's bad. They can't even win a map.
Yeah, he's been dominating literally all last year. Time at New York at the beginning of the year was
That's bad.
We kind of know what we got out of that one. But then drops back down to Challengers, Fries again. I mean, it's the same thing with Beans. It's the same thing with Snoopy. It just feels like for this Boston camp, we got to sit down and get out of the gameplay and be like, who are we going to vibe with? Because when you start to see tweets coming out saying things like, I don't know what's happening in game, but it's not what we're doing in practice. Like that just, at least to me, throws an alarm of something in the camp is not working correctly.
Yeah, it's just something in the system is unfortunately broken when it comes down to the professional setting of actually spawning into your pro match, and everything that we are working on is just not there. The expectations from certain players, you're expecting a player to be here, or you're expecting a set rule that you guys have on certain maps to always be that go-to play. And when it's different time and time again, it's just, you can't really build consistency. You can't make that next step because you're always focused 2 steps behind. So it's just tough, man. And just looking at the facial expressions from Boston, it looks like they're still locked in, but you gotta be. But this is a guy who's also locked in on the opposite side, because when we jumped to listening, he was flowing with his communication, and I know he's hungry as hell to destroy with the last time that he had that performance versus LA.
Yeah, facts. That was the big thing. And looking at kind of how S&D has been going for OpTic, they don't really miss out on the 2 maps that had been
I drank way too much last night. I'm hurting.
The headaches have come by way of
Bad.
trying to get the new maps involved.
Bad.
Played 2 times on Gridlock, 2 times on
Like I'm fucking struggling to sit here and do this today.
So there is something about trying to find
Bad.
the right areas, I think, for a player like Shotzi in Search and Destroy, especially compared to what he does like on a map like Raid and a map like Den. You need to see something that he can really finesse his life and, you know, make a play happen. Plaza, a map they have not played yet. I'll be interested to see, I think, especially to watch his arrow. What do OpTic have in mind for Shotzi in particular when they're trying to get the first blood on the offensive side? We'll wait for that at least for a little bit, as it's going to be the defense for OpTic first, and they're going to go through a 3-1 split.
I'm surprised they're playing Plaza.
Guarantee early on.
I'm really surprised about this map.
Just guarantee that side of the map.
I wonder what the other S&D maps were that got vetoed.
Rotate back over towards mid because you basically have the entire map on lock. Just got to shut down the B plan.
Hercules just kind of watching from the top. Close by is Dashy watching mid alongside Hook. And Afro's been throwing some shoulders at this area, but both teams a little hesitant to fight each other through that middle lane. And Boston are thinking about maybe re-wrapping this. Be bold to consider that with only 45 seconds and no info at A.
Yeah, just wrapping it back to the unknown spot. Can only cause you problems the less timing goes your way. The entire time, Shotzi has been holding strong with his shoulders just in case of the rotation, and he now gathers the information in 35 seconds.
Yep, Shotzi stands up.
That is a lot of info.
Boston are going to do a desperate rotation back over to B. Mercules has seen this, though. So it's all about just finding the first blood. Spark gets tagged. Here comes the rotation from the SMGs at mid-map. And this is not a call from Boston that fills you with any sort of confidence. Everything was just guessing, dude.
Dude, what are they doing?
Mercules playing a power position, sure, but we have to have some set days or something for that and not just get scared to rotate back to A.
Yeah, I guess Boston they've seen Plaza be played so far ever since it's been added to the map pool, and a lot of it has been, especially early into these rounds, just grade A bangouts. So they wanted to throw something different into the playbook there and have the slow and steady approach, but when you allow OpTic to just take that much space away, and you only have 30 seconds before you gather some kind of information that we can't go A, we have to rotate back towards B. It's just easy if OpTic are gonna dominate the map control in the first 15 seconds like that.
Yeah, for real. Well, here we go. OpTic, 4-man hit over to A. Defense can have 3 players large here. Nades all over the top of the bar.
Jesus.
It will be Dashy with an NPC to help on this push.
Oh my God.
2 with it. Purge last one left, nowhere to go. Good round, go next.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. Whip out an extra NPC. Everybody fly and fry. You get the first blood, instantly you get the second. Dashy finds a double on the round. And it's all 4 down. Boston, we're trying to be prepared for that push, but...
Oh, that monster raspberry tea looks really good.
Yeah. Okay. That's that bang up that you're
Could
talking
use
about.
one of them by now.
I've got a feeling as we get closer to Atlanta, we're going to see teams trying to really slow down this map just a little bit.
I think a
See what
majority
Boston has in mind.
is like controlling early on towards the middle of the map. I feel like if you control middle, even if they're going to bombard, hit in towards A, it allows you to dominate the map control and make more plays and just trap yourself.
Oh, that'll work. Spart by himself over towards A actually gets a nade to land on a shot for first blood. That has the defense kind of pulling back and considering what's going to happen at A. And after we'll find Dashy taking a peek over the middle of the map. So 4v2 situation early here for Boston. Just comes down to which bomb site they want to go to.
Yeah, and there should be no doubt of which bomb site they go to. A with 4 guns versus 2, but we got to trade out effectively. Even though a team kill goes down, as Mercury's in 1v3.
Oh, you got this, Merc.
Cannot see Spart on the plant. Nasty on the close corner. There's the exit. Shots on Merc are decent. Doesn't find the kill. He's able to back away and give himself another chance at the 1v3, but now that he's kind of missed his first window, this becomes extremely difficult. Stun will reveal where he's at. He says, all right, you know where I'm at. Let me see if I can find out where you're at. Nate doesn't bounce correctly, and Spart will find the final kill. So, okay, better there from Boston. Largely just a distraction play from Spart. Turns out to a first blood. You run with it.
Yeah, that time they take a little bit more ground up the middle of the map. Have the one guy isolating back over towards the A site, and thankfully it's Spart with the frag, at least the opening kill. Forces OpTic down to 3v4 to try to quickly make up the numbers. Dashy just gets caught walking up through mid statue. So then 4v2, we know we have the advantage regardless of wherever bomb site we go to, but we'd rather stay up close and personal in towards the A site for a guaranteed round win. Boston, get on the board.
Yeah,
looks like they're not interested in having that bang out over towards A again, so they're going to have to play retake because OpTic are already running on in. Nade stuns, trophies, everything down. And that will include the bomb. Okay, Boston, what do you got for us on this retake attempt? It'll be Spart from the front, everyone else either playing through mid or around the back.
And I love this strategy from OpTic. Like, we have players who are flex players, dominant SMGs, allow Dashy to carry the bomb and everybody be ready and waiting. But Shotzi is going to get caught. So now you're surrounded by OpTic. You got to choose.
Oh, and OpTic are going to try to push out the front side of the site. Dashy last one left in a 1v1. And Purge wins it. Okay, it's the ace for Purge in the round.
No way.
He finds the final shots needed. And that works for Boston. And just a nice little finesse move initially from Purge to go up and over the doorway. Actually bamboozles Shotzi of all players to get that first blood on the retake.
Yeah, that's massive because Shotzi was in a very good spot there to potentially find that first kill. But
no way.
Purge with the finesse, the wall bounce, hits him with a little bit of that ninja action. And that allows them to have the numbers, allows OpTic to be frantic to try to hold down all those angles. And eventually Purge to be the deciding factor for Boston to tie the game.
Huge. Interesting. I'll be interested to see if they're going to continue to play off of not playing the bang out at A. So far, it looks like they're not interested in that at all. And yep, our free cam obs is saying no bomb needed apparently in this round. Left in spawn for the time being. Focus through mid here for both teams. Hercules is kind of playing up and over. Dashy closer towards the staircase, but Spart will retreat back, grab the bomb, and Boston look like they've got eyes to play through mid. Just comes down to which direction do they choose to go.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different this go around because they don't get that first blood in the first 10 seconds with a frag, so you're only allowing time to get away from you.
Man, they're all tagged up.
There's a lot of pressure towards stop statue. No need to switch up anyone in their position because the setup is perfect.
Well, Hercules still again playing off the top area of ladder. Will be smoked out. Should be your time to go, but the bomb is still pretty far behind this play. Boston very labored on their approach back over through the smoke. Hercules will fall, so will Dashy on the backside of the site. So now it's just down to, can OpTic try to recover this 2v4? Bomb not being planted at the moment. Still looking for for kills, and Purge will find his 5th in a row. Hook, the last one standing on top steps. And he's going to retreat back and try to reset this 1v4.
Yeah, but he's already going to be spotted.
What are we doing?
We're just going to run at him, not even shoot our gun. That's the only chance he's going to have at clutch in this round.
Damn.
Work through back alley and instantly get
We're getting smoked on this fucking map.
On this map is working out. Like, you're taking mid-map on your offense. You are prepared just in case they have that.
We're getting fucking
smoked. But just the information that they're able to gather and stay alive.
On this map right now.
Towards mid-side of that A-bomb.
I don't even know why.
3 guys, at least 3 guys maximum over towards the left side.
I just don't get it.
4 guns, we're going to take that space. And when you're throwing that smoke grenade, also spotting Hercules on the top
right
side
back,
of the
guys.
balcony, you force him to reposition, you get the first blow while Dashy tries to keep him alive, you get the second. And then, you know, still, the SMGs are all the way across the map. So they're playing to their advantages. Really good.
Yep. 6 in a row for Purge, getting closer to the Hellstorm. Defense for Boston, going to play through the B site quickly here. Already into mid shops. OpTic taking a bit of a pause, not playing aggressively towards A this time, looking to see if they can catch Boston on some aggression of their own.
Yeah, but I don't really like the decision of no one showing facing towards that A site because now the bomb is going to get planted. You're probably going to be expecting all 4 of them to be inside, but OpTic are now spread on their post plant setup.
Yeah, and I like this from OpTic on the post plant setup because last time what foiled you was the play around the back. So now you're hitting a pinch of your own with Mercules taking the route on the backside of the play. He's got everything in front of him. There's the first 2, no problem. Turning, not going to find Purge for the 3rd, who's now on 7 in a row. But into the smoke he goes, and Shotzi will find him there. Hook able to take the last on the other side of the bomb site. And yeah, that's just a good adjustment from OpTic saying, all right, these guys don't want to play the bang out at A. We don't need to send all 4 players here. Let's just keep our ARs back to the middle of the map. And eventually it's a long route from Mercules that pays out.
Yeah, the difference between the last retake opportunity there for Boston, where they were super active on that late pinch. They were willing to give up that bomb plant, but take the opposite side of the map away. This time they're just more than willing to stay on their side. So I think having the backside safe, we have post plant down, we have to watch in front of us, and we have top mid. Everything is covered, so we can set up Mercules to go on that late pitch because Boston are 100% not going to be ready for it. Boston just need to continue to stay proactive while defense is just not give up one side of the map for free.
Well, here we go. Boston going to do the 4-man bang out towards A. Dashy's stun will reveal that there is a play here. Mercules watching that mid-circle cut. And meanwhile, Hook and Shotzi are on the long play, already through and around B. So this is just about can Mercules and Dashy stop the bomb plant and allow this flank to get here quickly.
Yeah, and the longer that they wait to get this bomb plant, the more impactful that this flank is going to be. So now you're going to decide to try to go for the objective, but it's Hook effective on the trade. Gives you one better and is not able to get out. So bomb carrier can no longer commit on the bomb plant. Got to reset 2v2 45.
Yeah, Nasty's in some trouble here. He needs to commit. He's going to have Purge here to help, so that should be enough information and enough safety blanket for him to plant. Should. Okay, there we go. So Mercules and Dashy making their move here. Timing could be great. Merc has already cleared up the top side of the bar. Nice shots are in. Nasty will drop. And in the same moment, Dashy finds Purge. I'm just wondering why it took Nasty so long to try to plant there.
Yeah, well, it took the entire team so long to try to plant. Their initial play call was 4 going in towards the A site. No one's there. Don't waste any time because the longer you wait, the more space you're thinking that you're going to give up, and that's exactly what happens. There's 2 players now approaching on the pinch. Even when you get that first kill, Hook is there to get that trade, and then immediately find kill number 2. So when you force it into a 2v2, we have no information on the other 2 guys the entire round, and that allows Dashy and Mercules to make the teamwork count. You push up, if you're Dashy towards the backside of blue side, you pepper a couple shots. You set up Mercules through mid-cut to clean up that kill, and then Dashy just wins his one-on-one. It's calm, calculated, and very well-structured there from OpTic on that retake again.
Yeah, it's just the longer it takes the bomb to go down, the more that OpTic can just keep their irons up and just walk their way over those lines of sight. 3-man hit into A. Trophy system supporting the early bomb plant for OpTic. Boston will have to consider what they want to do in the retake again, especially after the last round where they got beat on the flank. Shotzi going to watch inner circle. He's got help nearby with Hook. There's the first shoulder. Shotzi bounces out, finds one.
All right, they trade.
Because the smoke. Hook just tried to hold the choke point.
Dashy gets one. Yep, there we go.
Boston, but they can't get through. It's just an absolute rave inside the bar. And OpTic, again, just too strong on their setup.
It's the same exact setup, though, from Boston on their defense. You're just giving up the A site. We're not being proactive on the backside to try to trap them in. You're gifting it to them on the silver platter, and OpTic are making adjustments on their offense. The last offense for them, it was 2 players working through the middle with Mercules going on a late pinch, but that time they get 3 in towards the site. Mercules just spots the backside of yellow, and it's Shotzi who puts himself in a great spot for that first blood. It's just, again, Boston are giving up way too much of the map, and OpTic aren't wasting time at getting the bomb down.
Also, just Boston choosing to cook up nades before they get into the inner circle would have been a help just to clear that space away, but everyone's cooking nades while they're inside of it into bar, as if they didn't expect Shotzi to be there. Quick hit for Boston down mid. Mercules gets a pretty early read on this, respects it, backs up towards the statue, and OpTic will just kind of wait for the next bit of information before they commit their defense one side or the other.
And Mercules is trying to keep them at bay. Great shots. Doesn't lead to a kill, but it's already been 30 seconds, wiped away on the round. You're probably thinking, because OpTic's go-to strategy on defense is always showing presence in towards A, so you slowly try to work over towards B, but they have a 3-stack.
Oh, man. Yeah, they've got a high-low as well. Afro over towards mid shops. At least get some damage at Nasty for 1, but Mercules is here to help. Purge is naded. Smokes himself back to a little bit of safety. Expects that there's going to be a run.
Oh my god. Shotzi just absolutely just shit on that guy.
And OpTic will run down Plaza on this Boston Breach team. Really no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's what OpTic are really focused on playing against this Boston lineup when you take a look at the maps and modes. Like, they want to specifically try to add one of the new maps into their S&D map pool so they can have 4 and they can have any veto versus any single team. And realistically, even though you are playing against Boston Breach, just the different strategies and play calls that they had looked a lot better than what they do on Fringe and also Gridlock. So this might be, even though, like I said, it is Boston, where their S&D hasn't really been the best, might be the best map for OpTic Texas to continue to work on to add to their map pool for Major 3.
Yeah, man, I liked all the looks that we saw from OpTic, really on both sides of the bomb. I mean, they get beat once on the long flank that comes through after their post plant with their full flood towards A.
One more map for OpTic.
They still get into A for a plant, but they've got players that are playing to kind of contest.
We'll do a den overload though.
One backside mid steps, and then of course Mercules on that long route through the B site. I think what we're seeing is a very heads-up understanding, not just from what the play initially is supposed to be, but also just how quickly they're varying it and developing it depending on what they're facing against. So great stuff for OpTic there. You could say something about the caliber of opponent not being the greatest of litmus tests, but hey, first sight, I like it, like what I see. You don't need to see a diamond more than once to know that it sparkles. We got a nice one here for OpTic, 2-0 up. Looking to close things out as we will head to a den overload. Don't go far, we'll be right back.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
COD Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to FazeVegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
At COD Champs, it's more than Call of Duty. It's you whipping an F1 go-kart at the Grand Prix Plaza, testing your aim and movement at Summerlin Paintball. It's you driving supercars at Speed Vegas, surviving the best escape rooms at Escapology, experiencing the immersive art in the Arte Museum.
I don't feel very good today, folks.
Water show. And seeing Vegas from the largest observation wheel in the U.S. It's you and the squad making memories for life. A weekend in Vegas that you'll never forget.
Big GG.
The guild took the hard hit.
Oh, those roll for bears. Aw.
Got the hard point. Hard point contested.
Oh my.
Oh my god!
Goodness. Oh no.
Hello? Are we good? Hello? Show me the play again.
Watch it again.
You play that? It's in red. It's in red. It's red everywhere. It's red everywhere. Oh my god.
just running at him.
I'm down it.
So what is happening, bro?
I don't know what
What
they're
doing?
These
guys are horrible.
I don't know.
Okay.
What is going on?
What the is going on? Why are they not hopping the bomb? These guys don't know how to plant. They don't know how to hop bomb.
John, they get these first 2 kills insight, gets in the rack corner, gets turned on badly.
Oh my God, that's that ghost dude. Going off on the main stage.
Oh my God.
He's inner solar,
I went left. Oh,
Pitch left.
Yeah, this one, I'm waiting. Renko, I split it. I'll try. Nice, go. For the game.
Boom. What exposure.
8-0.
They needed me out.
One low. Bottom's egg. He's timing there. Bottom's egg. Oh shit, my bad.
Oh, hold up. No B. Go to Marcus.
One low dirt. Yeah, one
low dirt.
I
just trolled the bomb. He's far right. Backing up. Yeah, he backed up. Bombs down.
I'm pushing big car right now.
Last one pushed our dirt.
Damn, Jay, I didn't know you had it like that. Maybe you should load up the challenges next year.
Come on, man.
Ooh. Challengers Elite got 2 more days of action this upcoming week to determine the last 2 teams who will make it to the Pro-Am. Of course, there's still a lot of money on the line as well, so make sure you join us. We very well may have a couple of upsets in the mix. P7 Notorious looking solid in North America, but I'll tell you what, man, there is a deep pool of Challengers talent. That may include my duo next year. No, just kidding. He's not going anywhere. He will be going somewhere, though. Friday tickets still on sale to Atlanta. We'll be down there May 15th through the 17th. DreamHack Atlanta. Going to be a lot of fun. Scan the QR code and join us on Friday. Do it. The Braves are in town. I checked that out. So you got things that you can do while you're in town. Let's get that going. Woo!
I'm excited for the event, man, because what was it? The last time we sort of had a Pro-Am setting was EWC. 2 teams from the amateur scene made it to the bracket play, but didn't win any matches after that. So I'm hoping that one of these amateur squads can put up a really good showing versus the best in the world. But enough about the young guns. We got to talk about these guys on your screen, because OpTic got some of the best overload players in the game. You see Dashy sitting nice and comfy at top.
Yeah, man, he's been unbelievable as the overload has developed for OpTic. Not that it really needed much development in the first place, but I would just say, like, how OpTic have won.
That boy's been lights out.
Just a touch, because we're starting to see, like, it comes by way of the byproduct of what Dashy and Mercules can do first, and then Hook and Shotzi go do their thing. You see Hook on that leaderboard as well, but Dashy has just been unlocked in a different way. I think a lot of that has been mostly off of his ability to find a kill, immediately give the comm to his SMGs, and then pick up the device and score. So that's what OpTic are trying to replicate here to get a clean 3-0 versus this Boston team that I would say desperately needs to reconsider what they're doing.
Yeah, well, Boston got to try to figure it out very quickly if they want to stand a chance. You know, it's the best overload on the season as an organization, sitting at 6-6 overall. But OpTic haven't lost this map in 4 months. So let's see what you got. And if you're going to allow this guy to just make this kind of play untraceable, he's just continuously getting lost.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, again, you just clear out a little bit of space and the SMGs will run forward and take the world from you. Mercules able to shut down Purge, who was trying to play through the OpTic side of the map. Off the regen. Only a bit of threat that could be established now for Boston is through this dojo push.
Oh, man.
But watching that is Dashy. He picks that up, finds the kill. Looking for a trade is Nasty off the camera here, but Dashy deals with that. Now you got 3 dead. Shotzi almost able to jump forward to find the 4th, but things will stabilize for a moment as Spark connects onto 2. The device will stay on the ground for now.
Yeah, it's just crazy to see how much focus Boston were trying to put on locating where Shotzi was. Like, everyone off the respawn was taking their sweet time, and you waste so much time that you allow OpTic now to find the kills that they were looking for. A lot of pressure over towards Cobble. Shotzi finds kill number 2. Mercules finds kill number 3. And now, realistically, all you're waiting for is Dashy on this pitch.
Yeah, though Afro gets 2. Mercules able to find 1. Nade connects, and Dashy will drop. So no score here for OpTic. Boston quickly off the respawn will possess.
Really don't feel good.
Go rooftops here. Shotzi is already in position. Hercules finds one through the middle of the map, so this will stall Boston out pretty significantly. But nice shots from Nasty will open the door just a touch more.
Yeah, now Boston have an opportunity to get that first score, but it's Dashy, a turret, over sitting at the long alley, finds a double. Smart looking to get the trade, but he only has 6 HP in the tree. You can't commit because Dashy is still holding that iron. And now you're forcing Purge to hit the retreat.
Hercules holding over towards mid-couch. Pistol off for Purge, not going to work. 2 for Merc. Up and out through Broken. Nice.
Oh, the COD timing with that.
Spark, but 2 in response for Boston has them reeling back into this fight. Shotzi trying to change the angle up just a touch, and we'll be able to connect on to Afro. Is there anyone here to actually defend against this? There's one more player to the left, and no. Shotzi not expecting Nasty to be there. Almost got away with one, but we'll stay at 0-0.
Yeah, this is ideal for how Boston like to play Den Overload. They're usually the team that relies on heavily getting counter caps and always being put in situations where they have to defend their point. And this now might work out. You find out, you clear out all of your spawn. Smart is now your lead blocker. You're working it over towards Roof, and Purge is also working the pinch. So that's all 4 dead. Boston get on the board first.
Yeah, really good collection there for Boston. All the way across the board, I would say everyone having the wins that they need. The spaces that they're trying to contain. So now OpTic back over towards Dojo side. They do deal with Afro on the pinch. Spart being a nuisance up close and personal. Spart will be on 4 in a row. Holding his life for now off the regen. Still has a couple OpTic members nearby, able to take down Dashy. Shotzi still in the picture as Hook will be traded out, but Shotzi will find the kill that they need. And Mercury's following behind that. Means it's just on to Afro to play for this long flank, which will now, of course, be known. And that's just enough for Mercules to grab and try to stall a little bit longer for his teammates to get back over to help.
Yeah, don't allow the CMP carrier to get out of dodge because your lead blocker now in Afro already guarantees this space. He's going to also win an initial one-on-one gunfight. Dashy's not going to be in a position to stop it. So Boston, again, great on the counter. Up 2-0. Reset over towards rooftops, and OpTic, at least for now, are showing a lot of presence over towards the opposite side of the map. They're just not winning the gunfights to make this an easy score.
Well, they will get one from Mercules. That's all that's needed. The damage on Spart followed up on by Shotzi, so OpTic do get a counter cap pretty quickly. But look at the mini-map right now. It is 4 different 1v1s. And the kill feed tells a lot of the story. Things will start to stabilize as we get OpTic playing Crossfire setup over the top of the new EMP location. Boston's still working on some forward progress on the map, but Shotzi deals with one. Stun does not land onto Spart, and Mercules, who is trying to make a run for it, will drop.
Oh, that's a big double there from Nasty. If Nasty doesn't find that 2-piece, then Hook would have been a lot more impactful as the lead blocker. He could have got a double off of that reflex, but Nasty slows them down. Now Boston again on the counter opportunity. Clean up the middle of the map. Go 3 for 1 in the trade fights. Now you're just looking for the direction that you want to go. Yeah. Urge is just going to commit through mid. Now you got to wrap it back towards Dojo.
Yeah, I don't think Boston were expecting that all 4 OpTic members are going to be all the way over towards Dragon or down onto the A site. Mercules deals with 1, looking for Afro. They're going to find Spart first. Then Nasty. Good shots from Merc on 4 in a row. First, last one left to the mid-cut. Hugh able to find the final bullet needed. And with 4 seconds left, Dashy will grab the EMP to trigger the first half overtime. We may have to wait for the route from either Shotzi or Mercules to work out before there's a commitment on where this EMP is going.
Yeah, but the route, they're working in sync. Like, you're not drawing the attention if you are Shotzi. Creates this opening here for Mercules, but doesn't win the fight. So your EMP carrier is left as the last man standing. Mercules wins that one-on-one. That could potentially be a difference maker at a tied halftime. But Boston, what they do great on Den. Proactive on the counterattacks. Fantastic. Just holding the line at the goal line. And they were just finding the kills that they needed to in sync. That led to a 1-score advantage here going into half.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff for Boston, legitimately. I mean, this whole first half, they're able to deal with a lot of the early pressure from OpTic, set up a good defensive stand, and more importantly, find good counterattacks, which is something that we've noticed, I think, a lot in the last couple of weeks, that teams that get scored on, the good ones are able to score right back against them very quickly. So, nice stuff from Boston. Time of possession, yeah, kind of tells the story of this map as well. Shotzi trying to make a play around the backside of the middle. Gets a look at Spart, easy there. Any more? Yeah, nice shots. EMP now grabbed, and it looks like Shotzi's gonna make a run for it to A.
You got this information, one's behind us, so you're gonna look for that trade, but Mercules doesn't get it. So now Afro And Nasty combined for 2 to get instantly turn defense into offense, but now you got to slow down. You know, OpTic have an extra gun, potentially wait on this pitch before you decide to commit forward.
Well, Dashy gets the opener. Nasty still hanging on the corner, able to find one. Does he turn that into a second? No, can't. Shotsy right there for him. Nade stun, still trying to make their way on this corner. Last bit of a hit here from Purge will be felt, and that will be enough for the EMP to reset down the middle of the map. Boston will get some mid-cut control here, and they've got an early route from Afro up the middle of the map. He's going to find one before falling. So everything kind of restabilizes here, 3:50 on the clock.
Yeah, thankfully Afro gets that kill because now OpTic are lighting up the kill feed. 3 for none. You're trying to keep the EMP right in the middle of the map for Purge, and thankfully Dashy is not that good with the Jaeger, and that's going to turn to 3 dead in favor of Boston. Another situation where defense turns immediately into offense.
Well, everything's still stable for now. Boston trying to work on this B side of the map. Spark gets one, but that's a good kill feed for OpTic. Purge making good on the play through mid. Again, keeps the EMP into a contestable spot, and then follows up to find Hook. So space gained from Boston again, playing a little bit of keep away at the moment, kind of playing TDM around the middle of the map. And look at the route from Afro all the way through the A point. Looks like Hook has gotten a read on it, but doesn't win the battle. So now all of a sudden, you've got pressure mounting from both sides. Afro finds a second. It's just down to what you can find from shots. He gives you 2, and then with that extra kill, he'll gain some extra space by running forward. Problem is Boston will spawn at A, so Shotzzy will have to reset by raid wrapping the map.
Yeah, but they sort of have an advantage now as long as you're winning these key one-on-ones across the map because Mercules and Dashy are in a position to play the rotation. Mercules finds 2. Afro, you need to make something happen from small room, but by the time you get there, it's going to be a tie game. Perfect rotation play out of OpTic to control the map the way that they did and for Shotzzy to get a read. My teammates aren't spawning with me. Let's just wrap it back.
Yeah, big wins right there for Mercules. Stalls out the potential for a counter cap, or at least a counter attack from Boston for a little while longer. Safe position for that trophy to come down for the defense of OpTic, who are going to receive this hit first. Everyone watching for OEs right now. Nades coming through. Who gets the opener? Boston's stuck. Just cannot get around this corner. So many nades littering this elbow. Hook onto 1. Low HP. Gets taken down by Dashy, unfortunately. But for Boston, they still need to find a way to grab
the ball.
You know, Shotzzy accidentally grabs it. So now it's just down to what Hook can do. He will fall, and Boston will score their 3rd.
Yeah, that's so tough if you're Shotzzy because that would have been a freebie kill, but you pick up the EMP, you force your FBC to go in the back pocket, and the Jaeger doesn't pull up quick enough. And that allows Boston to now have the lead. 1:40 left to go. Afro is going to fall off the map, though, and now you're banking on Purge to at least make up for it in this lane. He guarantees at least 1.
Oh, he gets the second pistol out, almost gets the better of Hook. Trade should be here, and it is for Spart. So Boston with numbers, in control, up 1. Minute 20 on the clock. A lot of things that could happen here if you're Boston. Afro finds the first on the Mercules mid-map, though. That's a good way to kick things off and keep OpTic on their toes defensively. Around the back, Afro shut down by Dashy. Over to the B zone, though. Purge for 2. Able to get a couple, but
gotta
Spart
wait.
cannot push through this. You've got Nasty on the flank. You've got to wait for him to get there, but Spart may not be allowed to wait. And Dashy picks things up from behind. OpTic a chance of control.
And that's just a small tough from OpTic coming in at the right time. Spawn's a little bit funky. We're at the P2, so someone has to be behind enemy lines. So OpTic able to get the much needed stop. Now trying to commit, pushing its way through Dojo. Nasty's gonna slow them down by finding that kill through mid-cut. Gives you 1 better. And now Boston, all you have to do is just hold the line.
Well, they lose 2. The hunt is on. Mercules finds another. Afro traded out through mid-cut. OpTic will grab the EMP. They will have about 60 seconds to make a play if they can trigger the overtime. Shotzi's going to go first. Shots to Afro. Good, but not good enough. Afro wins the battle. And now you kind of have to wait for Shotzi to come off the respawn before you could do too much. Dashy and Hook still showing presence through Dojo, and there are 4 trophies down for Boston over here.
Oh, but they find that opening kill, and now the pinch player also gets 1. So OpTic are going to try to commit to Dojo. EMP is going to be down, and it's Nasty who finds 3. Mercules is going to pick it up. You just got to slide it in, and Boston get another goal line stop. That was the story of this overload. You dominated the time of possession, and every time you needed to clutch up and get the fights that were desperately needed, you found them. Boston take the overload and stay alive in the series.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, it's just this last play for Mercules on the pitch. You think maybe he's got it. Here's a look at it. Can he slide in? No. Purge right there to guard, but I mean, there's 35 trophies over here.
Yeah.
Boston were cemented on this dojo play, and it works out nicely for them. And that was a really good overload for Boston. They did everything they needed to do. What OpTic were trying to show Force around the map. Good reads on when the overextensions were coming out, and they also had some really solid proactive plays of their own. Good stuff from Boston.
Oh, yeah. The SMGs came to play, man. Afro sitting at 29 and 24, 36, almost 3,700 damage. Right there alongside what Purge was giving you. Those guys were finding such big kills as those one-on-one lead blockers to create those lanes. And also, big-time kills of also getting those stops. Like, even though Nasty's sitting at 24 and 22, he had 2 tremendous plays on both sides of the map. Like the one at Couches where he hits the wall bounce, absolutely destroys Dashy. That would have been a guaranteed score because Hook was already behind them. He gets that double to slow them down. And in that final moment, he finds 3 to set up Purge to have that one-on-one versus a guy with a pistol. So Nasty making big-time plays again. Allow Boston to force the map forward.
Huge. Okay. And that is the first loss for OpTic on this map in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to go all the way back to when they played Vegas in the Stage 1 qualifiers after the New Year's break, like just after the New Year's break. So it's been like 4 months of dominance for OpTic on this map. Wouldn't you know it, the Boston Breach, the team to slow them down from what has been a rigorous amount of scoring. I mean, they score a lot on this map often as well. So really good stuff. And that's the moment right there that Shotzzy actually may have determined the map, to be fair. I mean, Shotzzy doesn't pick up the EMP there, and he's got his SMG out. He probably at least trades. But it's the way it goes, man. That's overload for you.
This is tough, man. Probably weren't expecting Boston to have that many clutch G's in their back pocket there. But they get it done. Now are able to force the map. Number 4 will be yet to see OpTic play it in a professional setting. You're obviously practicing a little bit. We've seen, at least from scrims, that their Sake, they were a little bit iffy if they wanted to throw it in, but you're playing against Boston, you might as well try it. Thankfully, Boston have already tried it versus Vegas, and let me tell you, it's the same exact story when you talk about hardpoint for these guys. You're not winning rotations, you're probably not going to win the map, so that needs to be the key thing for these guys to try to force Game 5.
I'll tell you what, though, if Boston could just find a way to set up the right timings, win rotations, and take this map and send it to a gridlock surge, that's your best chance at the series. But more
100%.
importantly, just getting a spark, just any sort of a spark before you have to finish off by playing Paris and Minnesota would be great. And who knows? It's just one of those situations that, again, I think the evaluation around Boston is everyone's pretty much in the same camp. This is a team that has a lot of individual talent, but it's not merging together all that well.
Yeah.
How do they get through? And sometimes it does take just one good map win to all of a sudden be like, yo, wait, whatever that was, can we just do that again? Like sometimes you just find something in those moments.
Yeah, just hopefully they're able to find it here because they haven't been able to find it in the last 11 hardpoints that they have played. 0 and 11. That's tough. You can't compete versus some of the best teams in the world if you're not winning one of the 2 respawns that you have in the best of 5 series. And it's all about the little things, man. You're getting beat in the fundamental aspect. You see how when they're in control of the game, when they're understanding where the pressure's coming in, they're prepared for those fights. Like, it's totally different. But when you're consistently putting yourself at the disadvantage, allowing the opposite team to get all the power spots, to grab all the head glitches and guarantee so much space, they're spawning you so far away from the time. That's when the game becomes very difficult. So, Boston, you cannot allow OpTic to do that on a map that they're going to test here for the first time.
Yeah, especially considering that into that line of thinking, if Dashy's set up on a power position, he's going to do more of what he did in map 1.
Exactly.
If Shotzi's got his teammates locking down the spawns and locking down the hard point, he's going to go run around and do what he just did. I mean, he only had 22 seconds on the hill and still pulled a 1.5, just running around doing whatever he wants. So it is a very clear cut, I think, especially as we get to wide open maps like Sake, big maps like Sake. You rotate, you win. As much as we've seen gritty teams be able to like fight over objective time and make a game of it, like on maps like Colossus, maps like Blackheart, you can even throw, I don't know, like a map like Den into the mix occasionally. But a map like Sake, we just don't see that. Not at any level. You can't just be breaking from the front all the time and expect to win.
Yeah, and I would say if you rotate, you could potentially win. Because even if you win the rotation, if you don't win that first wave of fights and then you allow them to break right through the front door, hit that long route, find that opening kill, then you're trying to find a break-in. So it just needs to be teamwork, making the dream work for Boston. They have it in Overload. You saw it on full display. Even though it was a lot of individual players making big-time moments, they were having that at least in the vicinity where I can instantly be put into a trade position. So that's what Boston have to do. Even though it seems like we keep on talking about it, it's such a small thing, but it's such a big thing. You win your rotations, first step, done. You win that first wave, step 2, done. And then at that point, they only have one more good push. And if they don't find the success there, then it's a full 60. It's so simple. Boston just have to lock in on the little things.
Yeah, and they don't have much time to do all of that because you look
Oh,
at
my mic is muted. Sorry.
Now, OpTic in the lead.
I don't think this goes map 5. I think it's over right here.
Who are, I'd say those two are pretty much head and shoulders above the rest of the league. You go over to the right side of the leaderboard, though, and for teams like Cloud9, teams like Boston, it'd be far-fetched to believe that they could make it into the playoffs just where we are right now. Vancouver, Carolina, maybe more of an offshoot shot if they can find a way to do well here in this major. But at the moment, I don't know if we've ever really had a situation quite like this where there's as much of a clear-cut divide between the top 8 and everybody else. But that's what it's currently.
I think I need to get back in bed, folks.
About 30 points down,
If OpTic wins it here, I think I need to go lay down. I feel so sick.
Would have to put together some sort of a miracle run if they were to get themselves into top 8 conditions. Sake hardpoint here. I'll tell you, 10 points off of OpTic would go a long way just to try to give yourself some sort of a jet start.
Oh yeah,
making that run.
Because everybody's expecting you to lose this one, so you can allow your entire squad to just gain so much momentum and potentially beating one of the top teams in the game. But into the Sake we go. It's all about finding success early on in these gunfights. Purge just trying to keep his light towards the lower side, but he gets picked, and now OpTic are in.
Now Spart trying to hold off this right side of the minimap. Long route developing for Afro. He'll get behind one. Mercules turns and finds the trade, though. And now it's just down to Boston. We need to stay together. Everyone's, again, just getting picked apart one by one. It's just staggered respawn after staggered respawn. It's like 5 seconds goes, and then there's a Boston player dead in the kill feed. 5 seconds go, another Boston player dead in the kill feed. They cannot get themselves set up. So finally, they're able to get their feet underneath them, but OpTic have won the preferred side of the map looking over to P2.
Yeah, they have P2 side locked and loaded, ready and waiting. And they have every single cutoff as well, but Afro's able to catch that timing through the middle of the map. Now you're trying to approach the backside. Oh, the bricks there hit you. Win a key gunfight, or at least spawn 3 players from all the way on the opposite side. The nuke turns, it burns off the Spark, but he's quickly going to get traded.
Damn.
This is now a perfect sequence for Boston to get a good chunk of time.
Yeah, and I love this from Purge, taking space over towards Barrel's side on the inner part of the bar. That will keep OpTic a little bit hesitant to just full flood from the front, knowing the pinch is probably available. Nice angle from Nasty.
Oh, wow,
window,
Nasty.
but double down onto 2. And okay, Boston recover brilliantly. Purge eventually shut down, so OpTic, 30 seconds to play. We'll have one more go at this before they default towards rotation.
Arcandasio to a slow start.
Win the first wave. They only have one more push at this. Boston Breach doing exactly what they need to do to try to force the game number 5. Let's hear their comment because they need high energy to force it.
Start rapping P3. Start setting P3 up. We need it.
I'm gonna back up towards low then. I'm everything else here. Where are they spawning? Yeah, nothing rocks. Spawn back up. I need him on spawn. Long on me. He's in lights, okay? He's gonna go for the late push. He's in that door. He's low. He's low. He's pushing up window. Exit, yo, top cat, we can spark shots here. One go, no cat, one stone now. Heard you. Spawn down. One shot dash shield. I'm hitting this hold. I think she's on spawn ring, by the way. Actually, I'm going to hold. What's everybody go? I'm looking at the right. Okay. They can't go for new. Could be dojo. P1 right now. He's gonna get right. P1 behind me. He's gonna go main or dojo shots here, okay? We're good. I got main. Play kill. He's spawning us ring. I'll see him on the right base. We spawn wood now.
Oh, wow.
Dash is gonna go front. I'm about to go pinch. He's in the hut.
I mean, Boston's trying to go to game 5. They really are.
Can't wait for you guys. I'm looking at your right, Rock. I'm on the right. One shot in the back. Back hut, don't take it. Too hut. We can back right hut. Back right hut, outer hut. Yeah, nice. Close too. He's down. Get me. I'm mid. I'm going bending though, okay? They're gonna be to the left. Go now. Take your time. He's already on square. Square there. Listen, one on, go name.
He's dojo on me. I'm one shot for you. I'm waiting for you, Marcus. I'm going for it. My heart's got dojo. Go for it. Hit time.
Go short. Short,
Main dead.
Short, nice shot.
Yeah, good stuff for Boston. I mean, OpTic just kind of forced into a weird situation, having to hit that P2 old time with only about 15 seconds left, and then late to rotation on.
I mean,
a little bit blessed with the dojo spot
they.
that we haven't really seen before, but Boston bailed themselves out with a nice.
Boston's got alright comms. I just don't see the, I guess, like urgency and enthusiasm out of their comms. Like they're just kind of, they're just getting through with their comms. And just that's it.
Scrappy, and then you force the hand that Hellstrom to be invested probably a little bit too early, but still OpTic trying to fight their way through the front side. Boston hold it from warehouse.
Yeah, they've got the preferred setup for sure right now. Really good stuff for Boston, and everyone's playing well. Love to see that if you're a Boston fan. For OpTic, let's try to work on some long routes to congest this hard point, but everything's being read nicely for Boston, so that's a good first 40. 20 seconds still remain. And OpTic will have this one more hit really at this before they start to put focus on the bar rotation.
Yeah, this is the final chance for them to get some kind of time here. They are finding the opening kill. They are trading out effectively. Purge is trying to value his life, does get caught. So finding
damn,
kills
Hook.
at the same exact time. It's going to allow OpTic to instantly have
Afro was fucking wanting.
It's almost a 30-point difference.
Oh, shots.
Trying to set up to find that opening kill. Shots he's going to strike off of a cruddy spot, and OpTic are in the time.
Yeah. Spark gives you oh, nasty, just trying to blitz around the corner. Dealt with, though, by Shotzi, and as Sparta's traded away, OpTic will get some early time here on P1. Barrel side hit coming through, though, for Boston. With a little bit of focus over towards the bridge. Afro with a jump into the hard point. Purge able to win out the pinstripe kill feed for Boston to get into the time. And again, keep building on this lead. 20 points to the good.
Yeah, I just love the way that Boston are approaching this, man. They're actually sending a lot of players on the same exact route. So they're having more than just one gun on very important angles. And that's allowing Boston to keep it as scrappy as it is. And now with only 20 seconds left, Purge thinking a step ahead.
Who get lost?
All the way through warehouse. You have a teammate that spawns alongside you. Now you just got to try to lock down this side of the map, and it's only easier if Spark finds the opening.
Yeah, for sure. And that Purge locks down the back. This is working out nicely, but P2's not open yet, so OpTic will get a couple of close spawns still. A lot of pressure on the Purge. Ooh, had the right gun for the weapon for the job, but cannot finish off the kill. So OpTic will get a couple of players around P2. Nasty is trying to see where exactly the next OpTic hit is coming from, knowing there are no reinforcements here. It is a mess around P2. Every battle, an important one right now is, whoa, Hukadashi just jumping up and over inside the hard point will eventually give OpTic control, and there's 40 seconds to fight, and OpTic look good for it right now.
Yeah, Boston just lost
it's a big hold right here.
Gunfights at the front side
big
of that
hold.
Warehouse. That allows OpTic to be past that 50-yard line with more players on that side of the map. So they take the spawns with a very quick break here at the P2.
Oh my God.
Boston, how are you gonna work your way back on in? It's instant first 2 kills going to Shotzi. Smart and Nasty fall to Mercules and Dashy. That's all 4 dead. Now you're gonna forfeit this time and just bank off the rotation.
And the timing of those kills into the rotation are perfect. You see Sparta spawning all the way out, and Purge should be as well. And it's just down to, can you win the gunfights? Try to open up P3. Here we go. It's a full convoy. OpTic playing from the top side of the map. Boston through bridge side. Oop, searching. Can't find anybody yet. Boston will open up the hard point to their name. But it's still a question mark on who is going to actually control the hard point as soon as this next hit comes through. Boston will spawn in, but here comes the play.
Yeah, that's a great right there from Smart. Just staying proactive.
I mean, this is a good time right now for Boston.
Just not allowing OpTic to be comfortable. So first wave already done and dusted. You take care of the nuke who was trying to influence the back spawns. And now all of your focus is towards street side. Boston are going to be able to take the lead because OpTic are so far away.
Yeah. This is what we often expect. You kind of handshake 60s between P2 and P4 right now. Boston have done the better job through 2 and 3. Heading over to 4. I don't believe we have any other Hellstorms available. So
yeah, taking P2 and then fucking
the spawns for it, but
getting P3 as well. It's a lot of time.
What happens here as soon as the hard point opens, they may actually
but that run from P2 to P3 is a fucking run. Same thing with P3 to P4. Boston's in it.
You've got dojo control, and Boston are in the time for now. Trying to get the Hellstorm Spark shut down. 3 straight kills for OpTic, leading Purge by himself. And he does well to catch 1. But
dude, Boston shooting.
I would have loved to see Spark just value his life a little bit more.
The fuck did these guys come from?
That is such a difference maker especially at this kind of moment of the game. But it's still going to be Boston trying to hold it from the front. Now OpTic getting the trades. AR's
Come on,
hitting
boys.
Supreme. It's looking like they're going to soak up this final 30 unless Afro's able to catch a Tommy through the middle of the map. Can't finish the kill quite yet. And finally does, but instantly trade.
Yeah, and you get a little contest from the front. Purge holds down the trigger. Good prediction, but can't win the gunfight. Nasty able to keep Spark safe inside the time.
All right,
This
get
is
ready
not
for P5.
insignificant hardpoint time. So decent contest, decent accrue for Boston, and now the rotation to 5. Mercules finds one to kind of cut off the reinforcements through mid. Boston still spawning towards bridge side. Merc will be traded, and Afro will be the first point of contact to try to read any OpTic players moving through stairs.
Yeah, I would love to see Afro just take more space there at warehouse, but he's at least going to guarantee this first kill before doing so. So now Afro, if you can find the second kill with the hook, you can flip the side of the map, and he does just that. Afro, just like the Overload, having clutch gunfight after clutch gunfight, spawns now flipping. OpTic got to break through the front.
Yeah, Shotzi gives himself away over towards mid. Still alive, but OpTic now using that little bit of distraction to find the time to hit from the front. Afro able to find one more, but OpTic will breach in for now. Nasty kind of has to watch two things at once. Shotzi still putting pressure on through staircase side as he gets another gunfight win. Spark trying to force the trade, and he will eventually find it. Now Boston focus back onto the hard point, getting over the 200-point mark. OpTic in some trouble here as Purge finds the kill to Mercules, and the last hit from Hook, well, he'll find a couple, but really this is only for a couple of seconds of time, and Boston are really happy with how P5 went.
Yeah, OpTic is just trying to back them down again. Had that free space early over towards the rotation at P1. It's a 30-point difference, but
Boston looks like they're playing good. You can't knock them. I don't know what the boys are doing, but Boston looks pretty fucking good right now.
OpTic shut down the first wave.
Yeah, time to turn up right here if you're OpTic.
All right, Shotzi.
Shotzi on
32 and fucking 19. 32 and 20. This guy is doing it all.
Still on the hard point, able to bring this back within single-digit deficits. Dashy trying to hang as long as he possibly can, but he's stunned. After will find the kill. Boston a chance to reclaim some time here on P1. Mercules at the bar, stunned up, can't find the lockdown aim.
Do it,
There we
do
go.
it.
Boston earned a really good spot, and OpTic honestly are just trying to play two things at once. Two players playing for the hill, two players playing for rotation.
Yeah, they're trying to lock down the spawns and also lock down.
Oh, chat. As soon as this match is over, I'm going to lay back down. I'm fucking struggling. I thought eating would help. No.
Just don't allow Nasty to break you down.
227-202. Big gunfight win from Nasty. Shotzi there to pick up the trade. Boston will be
I need to lay down.
Mercules shut down at mid.
I really wanted to sit here and watch the CDL all day, but I fucked up last night and drank way too much. I'm fucking hurt. I'm hurting bad.
Now it's just down to finding Nasty inside the hard point. Flow up good from Shotzi, and it's just down to reading the last player. It's Spark from the side door. Hook finds the kill, and OpTic will stabilize to take the late lead.
I know you're trying to do right now if you're Boston, because the win condition is here for OpTic. Contest until we can't lose. You have pressure from the front. You have pressure from the alley. You just need to stay alive a little bit longer.
Come on, boys.
And it's the nuke who's able to line out 4 in a row. Now you create the space, and you're basically going to take this game away.
Unbelievable from Hook. Last opportunity to contest is Afro, and Hook
nice.
gets to 5 in a row. He probably would have had the 6th
Good
as
shit.
Well. What a display at the end. It got absolutely chaotic at the front door. Hook, the last one standing, finding everything, secures the series for OpTic.
And even though it wasn't a 3-0, even though it wasn't as dominant as they wanted it to be, I'm happy that they got that sake rep in. Because there's a lot of things that they desperately need to work on. We gave up 100 seconds to 20.
I'm fucking hurting.
That could never be the case.
I'm hurting
You can't
bad.
allow teams to chain the P2 to the P3, because that's where Boston almost made the game a big difference. But then it was just that one situation, man, where if Boston just switch it up a little bit. When
I mean, Shotzi 37 and 24, Afro 31 and 28. You know what I mean?
On the OE, all we have to do is leave
Boston was fighting. Look how close that is, though.
why when we are finding kills off the rotation, OpTic should instantly be in a setup where they have more guns than us, because they spawn so damn close to the time. That has to be miscommunication. It's something that Boston are 100% going to go back and look at, because that one
Hades were close. Damage was close.
could have at least forced that game.
Time on hill was very close. Like
100% the case. But that that was a heck of a sake map. And again, you see moments from Boston that's like, okay, they have the individual skill. It's just down to timing, down to the cohesive moments that they need to work on, especially when it comes to things like rotation. Because when you look at the chart, like again, P2 to P3, that second time we're there, biggest spike we saw. And even at the beginning, it's again 40-20 exchanges through P2 into P3 into P4. So like, you take that if you're Boston. You're giving yourself an advantage. You're starting to gain a little bit of a gap, but it's right there at the end, looking from 5 to 1, and of course, unbelievable stuff as the flat line for Boston is what ends up costing them. So you look back at the overall series, a tight map 3, tight map 4, everything else pretty comfortable for OpTic, all things told, including Plaza in the mix. So yeah, and then for OpTic, you're sitting comfy right now, looking at a top seed for Atlanta. You're gonna be working on map play, I feel like, for the rest of the way.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man, because that's what they desperately need to. All right, we're losing our go-tos in Den Overload. We still have to add that force search and destroy into the mix. Plaza at least treats them well, but job's not done. We got to do it versus the best in the world.
Agreed. Not against Boston, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, let's head back to the desk, see how they feel, and get things set up for the rest of the day.
Thank you for clarifying there, Shift. Ali, let's start with you because you nailed the 3-1 call. Plaza looking good. Sake, a little bit iffy, but talk to me about the overload. How did Boston win in game 3?
Well, so I thought they were going to win the search and destroy, but we did end up going to that overload. And Boston, they've shown us some really good defense in overload before. And so I feel like that's what we saw today versus OpTic Texas. I mean, even when you go all the way down to the...
Can you move your brain from your microphone? I'm just going to do Nick and audio. A good one there. Go ahead.
My bad, Nick. But to the point of, like, you go all the way back to the last, like, 10 seconds, right? And it's nasty, and he's able to get those last 3 kills to shut it off. So their defense in that game mode specifically has just really kept them on top of their game.
Yeah, I mean, just to touch on the overload quick, I thought I was watching Heretics again. The way Boston are playing, super fast pace, hitting some pinches. The defensive stands, Ali mentioned, fantastic. And I really thought they had an opportunity on this map. OpTic haven't had any official reps on Saki in a match yet. Yeah. And we get down to the end. I mean, you had a couple decisions you had to make. It's like, okay, do we commit to this P1 or do we try to flip the map and secure it on P2? Well, they committed to the P1 and tried to play a break on that P2. And what happened is, we're sitting back there in the green room. We're like, Boston might actually do this. And they had a kill, but they staggered. They went in for the kill right away. If they waited for each other, likely OpTic's going to have somebody committed to the back so you could have a 4v3.
And Kyler's not going to be a hero.
Exactly. He's not going to be a hero, but he ends up being a hero because we kind of go one by one. We don't wait for each other, and the game just gets away from him a little bit. And, for what was such a great map to end like that has to be so painful for Boston, but some heroic efforts on the side of OpTic.
You can't fight a nuke one-on-one. You're going to lose every time. Afro and friends giving it their all, but it's not enough. And I got to ask real quick, guys, Boston's roster, not as worried as we were going into the match. They looked pretty decent against one of the best teams in the league.
I'd still be worried.
Okay.
Right? This is the exception, not the rule, to what we've seen for, the last 2 months. So, yeah, I'd still be worried. I will say Purge had a better performance in this specific series, but, yeah, I think you got to, assess some options if you're Boston.
We're now joined in our Monster Winner Spotlight by the one and only hero, the nuke himself, who popped off at the end of that game. Hook, talk to me about Sake. You guys decided to play it tonight. How are we feeling about the map for you in particular?
Good. We've worked a lot on it in practice, just haven't got a match rep on it. It always plays a little different in the match, but yeah, I feel good overall, though, for sure.
Talk to me about your guys' search and destroy in general. So on the season, you guys are the best search and destroy team, but in the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been as dominant as it was. Is that a combination of the new maps, or you guys just kind of getting away from where you were?
Nah, definitely new maps, and I don't even know when's the last time we played Den. It's been a minute, but yeah, new maps. I think two new maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to learn those maps pretty much.
I mean, that's good though. They're expanding the map pool. They're trying to get better at different maps. That helps out with the vetoes, the bans, and whatever.
The practice from those new maps kind of translates into matches can be a little wonky sometimes, and that's not something new when it comes to the league. What do you find is the biggest difference? Is it the pace that people play at that's the biggest difference? Do they try weirder spots? What's the disparity?
I mean, all of it. It's just we're learning the timings again on even though we played Fringe and Gridlock, we're still learning the timings. And yeah, just overall getting comfortable on it, I guess, is taking us some time, yeah.
And then, Hook, I want to ask you one final question. Obviously, you guys have been so good this year. But on Sundays, things are getting away from you guys a little bit. Have you guys had a team talk, sat down and kind of identified what's like the primary reason for, I guess, the Sunday scaries?
I mean, yeah, we've definitely had lots of talks. I mean, I just feel like we're a winning caliber team. I think we'll be ready if we get another chance at that one, for sure.
Absolutely. Good luck, man.
I have a feeling it's going to happen once or twice more this year. Hook, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
That is our Monster Winner Spotlight, and now it's time for Hook to see himself in our scuff play of the game. It's the SMG duo doing what they do best.
Hell yeah.
From the sneaky beeves. They do it with grenades, they do it with SMGs, they do it with knives in their fingers when needed, Nameless. What did you love most in this series from this duo?
Yeah, I mean, well, this was a blitz.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the first, like, opening hills of this map are just dominant.
Yeah, you put them on plaza, they can be able to run around and do whatever they want. I think on this map, Hook had no game-winning play. Vishanti also had, what, 4,100 damage. So, yeah, them as a duo, it's just scary. So much cam.
And it's crazy how they can, like, hop-tail it off, because in the first two maps, it was more of, like, the ARs, to be honest. I mean, Dashy puts up, let's see, 26 and 12 in that map 1, then follows up map 2 with 8 and 3. So I was like, all right, the ARs don't have the time of their lives. But then it's like when Boston stole that map number 3, it's when both of them really locked in. It was like, all right,
Yeah, let's close this out.
We're gonna close this out.
In the NPC meta, you can 1v3 like Hook just did to win the game on Sake. We're done with our first match, but we still have 2 more to go. When we come back, Minor 1 champs are in the building. So is the worst team in the league. It could be a speed run or another close series. Lock in. Qualifier.
I'm really fucking struggling. I need to go lay the fuck back down.
COD Champs tickets are on sale now. Come see the best teams lock in for this season's grand finale in fabulous Las Vegas. All 4-day passes come with early venue access. Head to FazeVegas.com or scan the QR code to get your tickets now.
Bad.
Brought to you by America's Navy and the special operators who work in the shadows.
Scuff, official controller of the CDL. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Vegas. Just kidding, that's Atlanta. Oh shit, Paris? '26, 27, 28th of June. All right.
That's true. Well, why, bro? Where are you going? Why are you going?
Dude, you're gonna get in trouble, bro.
Why are you
gonna get fined? All right.
What the f is that?
Hello, and then actually, about looking in the thing. You're an idiot, bro.
He's not in here. Join the game.
Can he find another? 3 lives now for the Stallions. Hey, this is just a round of S&D. It's a round of S&D, but we saw how that one went. Dylan.
Oh, that was EWC.
Mono does not survive. Ultra clean, efficient, no time wasted. And Scrap, never a player that says any mean things about any of his opponents. An incredibly nice young man. Unbelievable gameplay.
I'm not gonna know to turn off my stream. I'm not getting off for a minute, so let me know, baby. Ugh.
Every team played every team. In the battle between Cloud9 and LA, it was 3-1, but Cloud9 was able to strike on Scar, Search, and Destroy. Hard points weren't close. 108 points is not going to be enough today against the team that just took the minor. Allie, let's talk about this showdown. What has you excited? Is there an individual on each team that you want to watch today?
I'd say the performance from Scrap in the minor final is pretty terrifying. He's averaging 1.5s in like all the hard points, and then the closing overload, same thing. He put up a 1.4, so that guy's looking like a monster in respawn
fucking
online.
hurting.
But also just LA Thieves in general. I mean, their hard point, you saw that layout already.
Who the fuck
smoked
let me
them in
drink
both 1 and
yesterday?
4, and yet they're getting better at it. So I think that's terrifying for the rest of the league.
Now, earlier today, Shift was telling us that
Huh?
Snoopy is looking like a new player with the MPC. The same is said for Obeezy, who popped off throughout that tournament, had some huge search and destroys. He and Paco were back to their SMG dangerous form. Neum, a great tournament as well, but Scrap was the pop-off player. When you look at the squad right now, on a 10 scale, where are they at in your power rankings?
I mean, I think they're unbelievable. They're definitely, you know, with that win, I think they're now in the S tier. You know, these guys to me are championship caliber squad. I look at OpTic Phase, and now I look at LA Thieves as well. The search and destroy, incredible what we saw from them. Also, you know, when we get to the game 5s, just poised, playing together. I thought Obeezy had an incredible tournament, and Ali just mentioned it. Scrap, MVP level, literally taking over games. So for this one, what I'm excited about is just to see how fast and furious they blitz New York.
Insane.
You want to get out of here 3-0?
For this
I mean, they should just dominate. Like, it should be a quick series, full of confidence. Everybody should play well. And yeah, they should, you know, maybe toss some apps that they want to work on.
My daughter got me sick. I'm ready for bed. I would not be upset with a 3-0 from the LA Thieves. But if you're a fan from New York, you're cheering on the blue team, a team that only has 3 wins on the entire season. They're looking for another upset. They caused one back in our Major 1 qualifiers, and we'll see what Okas, Nezra, and Courage, and Hyde can do with this current lineup. They're all Challengers players that got put into the CDL. No expectations, and they've lived up to those no expectations. But Allie, if you're looking to cause problems, do you have anything dangerous on this team? Hyde's been one of my favorites to watch and search.
You have dangerous individuals that sometimes can cause some chaos. I mean, you talk about some of the upsets. It's really come through the search and destroys a couple of times. And when you go back to that series versus Texas, Nezra was able to put up a 33 and 27. Like, they're able to put up some engagements. But
fuck this.
It's a hard time to talk about.
I'm gonna lay the fuck down.
Listen, this is just like last year with the Falcons. When
I'm hurting. I'm hungover. I feel really nauseous and sick.
They have like 1 or 2.
I'm gonna go lay down.
You're talking about a team that's minus 94.